welcome to Mr. Giant Reacts and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant, back with another video for you, back with another reaction. And today we're going to look at uh, Serbian contribution to the Apollo 7 project, the whole thing, the moon landing and stuff like that. The 7 Serbians or Serbian Americans who worked on it. And I do believe it's going to be talking about David Vujić. I guess that's how you pronounce his name mainly, but I never knew that. Did you know that? I'm sure a lot of people in Serbia know that, but I didn't know that. So let's go ahead and YouTube and simmer and check out this story here. This should be fascinating. You see all these things happen in history. And a lot of the times, even when you're in school, they don't teach you certain things about it. And you wouldn't know who really participated, where they're from, what is their background and stuff like that. Or it doesn't matter where the thing happens, they highlight their people. You know what I mean? It's kind of like this. Back in the day, a lot of the famous artists had apprentices, and a lot of the apprentices did some of the artwork, but they didn't get credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Other people did. Uh, Also, a lot of inventions. You know what I mean? Some people invented stuff and they didn't get credit for it. I learned this a long time ago in school. The Goodyear tires. Same thing, you know. He did a whole lot of stuff with Goodyear. As a matter of fact, he used to even wear rubber clothes, and he ended up dying broke because somebody else got all the credit. And it just happens, and it depends on where you're from, who you are, who you know, you know all that stuff. So you don't get mentioned, and that's why this is such a good video to No, you find that in a lot of different things. A lot of people, the brightest and the most educated and prone to doing great things, leave the places of birth, or the parents did, and they go to the bigger countries, like there's a lot of stuff in Germany and America. Same thing for people from the Caribbean, and they go there and they do remarkable things. Like, for instance, Malcolm X's mother was a Grenadian. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the rappers, their parents are from Jamaica. You go to England and stuff, a lot of the singers and stuff like Billy Ocean, you know, from the Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? So when you have, I bet it's like that. It has been like that throughout history, where people who migrate to places, assimilated, and do great things there. It's just and I'm quite sure that some people moved from other places to Serbia and did the same thing. You know what I mean? But that's the human experience, really. But this story here, and like the Apollo 7 and thing, that's huge.
We share great pride in
Wow. You know, you go through life, like I said in the video before, you go through life and all these major events happen. And we just take them for granted. We don't really think of all the people that contributed to them. To think about living in those times, you know, working on that project, something that is going to be talked about throughout history. You know what I mean? If at some point we're able to live on the moon, these guys' names are going to come up as the people who first vibed up and you know get people to land on the moon. You understand what I'm saying? This is how big this stuff is. You know, if some kind of an energy is found up there, you know what I mean? Hey, their names are going to be front and center. You have people who played a pivotal part in getting man into that position there. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big person on space exploration. I'm more onto underwater, under the sea exploration because you know we still need to explore there. But man, that's huge. And you know, because I haven't paid, well, you know, I won't say I haven't paid attention to it. I have, but I haven't paid attention to the stories behind it. Imagine how those people felt doing that stuff. You know, imagine how they felt when it actually happened. And imagine knowing that there's a whole contingent of people who are going to be proud of them for doing what they did. That's just cool vibe right there. I wonder if there was some Caribbean people that played a small part in that. You understand what I mean? Even if it's manufacturing, working in the manufacturing of certain parts of it, you know, that's still a part of it, you know. These guys were scientists, man. They were down in the trenches doing vibe, you know what I mean? That's kind of cool. Something to be proud of. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, and I hope you guys, you know, like I learned something. I hope you guys did too. Uh, and those of you who already know, you know, see what I'm saying. That's kind of the vibe there. Wow. Y'all take care of each other, all right? Let's try to have some peace in this world.